Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be reviewing the Dr. Dreadful Freaky Food Lab. This was released in 2006 by Funrise. In a previous video I talked about the Dr. Dreadful Drink Lab made by Tycho in 1994. So I just wanted to do a comparison between the two labs, look at some of their differences. We'll turn the box around so you can get a look at the back of it. Artwork's a bit more colorful. Well, I'll get all this out of the box and we can move on to the assembly. Here's all the parts, everything that comes with it. A lot of stuff. Let's see what we have here. Here's some experiment cards. Got 10 of those. Our little assembly guide here. These are the mold backings. Got different molds. Let's see, a spider, alien head. Looks like Wolfman. A worm or a snake, one of the two. And a brain. That looks neat. Okay, let's push some of this stuff out of the way. This little thing here is the station that we make our gummies on. So I'm going to take these two things and snap them into place. There we go. Okay. It's a little cup thing that your gummies go into. A little plunger sits in there. Uh-oh, goodness. Yikes. Try that again, shall we? Okay, goes like that. And this is supposed to snap on. Huh. Okay. That fits in there like that. Our little lever goes like that. Let's see what else we got here. Push that to the side. This is where our molds fit. Okay, let's move that. Our skull bowl. Make our brains in, then spoon and stir. Packets over here. One beaker. Pretty cool. These are lab links. And our beaker stand. Let's see. Should just snap right in. There we go. And then the feet go on the bottom here. Something like that. And then back there, this is just a little thing you do other experiments in. Well, we'll get to that later. So that's basic setup right there. Now we'll move on to the first experiment. Our first experiment is going to be bubbling brains. In the skull cup, we're going to mix 2 teaspoons of water with 2 teaspoons of bubble gum muck. Okay. One, 2. Wasn't quite 2. We'll put a little bit more. Okay, that's 2. And then 2 teaspoons of bubblegum muck. 1. And 2. And we're going to stir that up. You can take a look at it. Okay, that's stirred. Next, we're going to put 1 teaspoon of water and 1 teaspoon of powdered brains in our beaker. Okay. This stuff is kind of clumpy. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, nice and clumpy, huh? Sure, that's going to work great. And let's get this stirred up. See what it looks like. Okay. Then we're going to take the contents of the beaker and pour them into the skull cup. Okay. Bring this in a little bit closer here. Well, it's working. It's foaming up. Uh-oh. It's going to go all over the place. Well, the first experiment works pretty well. What do you think? Oh, look, there it goes. Boy, isn't that awesome? Okay, well, that's the end of this experiment. I'll get everything cleaned up and we'll start with the second one. All right, this is the second experiment, Gruesome Gooey Creatures. In the beaker, we're going to mix 3½ teaspoons of water with 3½ teaspoons of sticky slime. Okay. One, 2, 3, 3½. And now let's get our sticky slime mixture. We're going to use the blueberry. One, 2, 3. stir this up real good. Oh, look at that nice blue color. It's not too gummy. It's more of a liquidy. We'll go ahead and we'll set that to the side for now. We'll probably mix it some more. Okay, at the moment I have the brain mold in here. That's just what I'm going to use. We're going to remove our plunger cup here. And let's mix this up a little bit more because it just seems real watery to me. Yeah, I don't know how well this is going to work. Tell you what, I'm going to add just a little bit more of this mix because that just looks way too soupy. Okay, now we'll try it. If it messes up, oh well. There we go, that's a lot better. Of course, the stuff in these powders is really old. One thing you have to take into account. Well, we'll see how it works. We'll remove this. And we're going to pour, let me get I have a spatula off to the side I think I'm going to use. It might work a little better. Yeah, that still looks pretty soupy. Okay. We're going to gently put this in there. We're going to set it in the back. We're going to put our mold in here. Okay, here we go. All we do is press down. Huh. Well, it went up in there. I'm going to take this thing out and it says to chill it for 5 minutes, so I'll be back. I just got my gummies out of the fridge and here's what we're left with. There's the brain and there's the spider. Turned out pretty good, didn't they? The spider has a lot more flash, excess around it, but you can peel that off. But overall, pretty good. I'm not going to eat these. This set is kind of old and the powder smelled kind of weird, but they turned out okay. Well, that's it for this part. We're on to the last experiment. And this one is plasma bubbles and leeches. Now, you couldn't do this with the food lab. There was a booster kit you could buy so you could do this. It was called a drink booster set. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. And the beaker, we're going to put in a 1/4 cup water with 6 teaspoons of crud kicker. All right. 6 teaspoons crud kicker. Let's see here. All right. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. Kind of making a mess here. And let's get this stirred up. Kind of a cloudy color. Alright, let's check the recipe again, make sure I got this right. Okay, in the second part, we're going to put in strawberry crud, 3 tablespoons. Since I don't have another beaker, I just measured it out in a cup. Let's stir this just a little bit more. I'd have to say that I enjoyed the Drink Lab more than this particular set. Okay. Now let's move on to the crud. It said 3 teaspoons. One, 2, and 3. And let's get this stirred up good too. This stuff's a pink color. Man, I'm having a hard time trying to get some of this stuff to dissolve. Well, once again, some of this stuff's old. Bear with me. Trying my best. Okay. I think that's good enough. We'll see. And we're going to take our strainer and we're going to put it in here. Let me stir that other mixture just a little bit more. I guess it wasn't as well combined as I thought it was. It's like it's wanting to stick instead of stir. Okay. We're going to take our eyedropper. We're going to get some of this pink solution here. Okay. Just let that sit there for a second, see if it did anything. Not seeing anything happening. Try some more. I think it's starting to form a little bit now. Not much, but I think it's starting to work. Okay, I'm just going to let that sit there just for a second while I prepare for the next part. Let me get a bowl over here so I can put that stuff in there. It looks like it did work. You see that? Little gelatinous jelly ball mixture thing. Okay. Moving on. This next part is going to be the leeches. I'm going to take this mixture, put some in the test tube. And I'm going to stir this up just a little bit more. I keep having to stir it. You think you have it dissolved, and it's not dissolved. Okay. Uh-oh. And we're just going to spray it in. I don't know if you could see that. I'll try that again. My hand was probably in the way. I'll spray a little bit more in there. Boy, I'm making such a mess. I'll take the test tube out of this thing so you can get a better look at it. See them? They're like little worms or something in there, leeches. Okay, I'm going to strain that. All right, let's see what we're left with. Or the little paint jelly stuff. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching. Like and subscribe. I'll catch you later.